In aspect ratio, he's got a whole lot just to show whenever he is on the go. In aspect ratio, his aspect ratio, he's got a whole lot to say. In aspect ratio, we welcome you to the show. This is the aspect ratio. Hi, and welcome to a very special edition of Aspect Ratio. I'm Ruben Rascone, and I'm inside of the ACES Classroom building here at the University of Texas at El Paso, where in just a few short moments, I'm going to be interviewing DuShaun Williams, president of INNOVA Gameworks and Animation, a localized group here at the university that designed their very own video games. I'm here with DuShaun Williams, president of INNOVA Gameworks and Animation. So tell me, why the name INNOVA? Is it an acronym, or what does it stand for?
INNOVA is short for basic innovation. The group itself composed of both Gameworks and Animation as a way of bringing computer science and artists together. And that was the main purpose of the organization, to bring in a programming aspect with a visual, artistic aspect together and bring in something that makes it new. That's why our slogan on the back is called When Art and Science Collide. You know, innovation, bringing new innovations from two things.
Wonderful. If I may ask, what kind of games do you all create? Or is it just limited to games?
Well, right now we're in the process of expanding the organization. As far as games go, we first made a first-person shooter called West to Hell. We made that in 3D in the Torque game engine. The second one that we created was the Miner game. It was a platformer game used with the X and A framework. So we usually use different engines, different frameworks to make different types of games. It all depends on what the group wants. We go through a process of trying to figure out what type of genre that we want to make. And then we have proposals that help kind of figure out what kind of type of game. You know, if it's like, you know, for instance, the Miner game. The Miner game was like, okay, we have a miner going through this regular platformer, nothing really special, you know, kind of stuff like that. And then once we figure out a proposal that we want to go with, then we start enhancing the story and the plot and everything with all our writers and everybody as a game designer.
Fabulous. Just how long does it take on average to produce one of your games?
Average is, with only like 2 games right now, I would say like the most it took was 2 years for the West to Hell game. Well, like 2, a little bit more than that. With the Miner game, we actually started building in the summer, and we kind of finished it or really cut it during December. So that was a 6-month project. But that one was playable for, you know, use the controller, 33 levels, and it was okay. We got a lot of the stuff, and like get people into more of the programming aspect than the art this time around. And we're going to change that with the new project.
Excellent. So if I was interested in actually collaborating or joining your organization, what steps should I take to be a part of this?
Well, right now we have some rules when it comes to people coming to the organization now. We have a thing called probates and official members. Official members are us who are already in an organization. We got these shirts, we got our names. We also, you know, we're able to vote within the meetings, come up with the ideas. But as a probate, you're a person who's just coming in, you know. We're not really sure like if you're gonna be here inside, so we'll kind of give you almost like a trial run, like almost about like a month, to see like how much you put towards our organization. You first pick a craft, as in you can be a programmer, an artist, multimedia, or a writer, and then you kind of go with that, and, you know, kind of, you know, show that you actually want to create a game, you know, coming up with different ideas, going through all the stuff, and as the end of the month, we will pick, all of us will vote, you know, everybody will be, who is not an official member will be exit out the room. We'll all vote on each person that was a probate and see if they, if we want to keep them or not. If we keep them, y'all come in, y'all pay the $20 for the shirt, and there you go, you're an official member at that point.
Wow, that sounds fair. Tell me a little more about the multimedia aspect of INNOVA Gameworks and Animation.
Well, the multimedia aspect, we created that because INNOVA, it wants, as a whole, wants to expand more. So we're not going to only be doing just video games. We're also going to be trying to do some small videos, try to get our YouTube channel up. We're also going to try and do reviews as well. So we're kind of like expanding. That's why we even have that and also the writer aspect. But as a multimedia, you'll be doing cutscenes, doing the different video editing. Also, that audio kind of falls in that too, pretty much the different audio for the game and stuff. And that's pretty much what we want to go with that. There's pretty much a lot of editing of both, multimedia audio aspects.
Wow, that sounds right up my alley since I do a lot of that on my spare time. Are you looking for any character designers for INNOVA Gameworks and Animation?
Right now, since we're really more of an indie group, it's not that we're looking for a specific role. We're looking for just a general role. So right now, like, we have a good enough programmers. We got 6, 7. A lot of people who are in the organization are kind of already CS majors. So once they finish their sub, like it's craft, they'll go ahead and move on to programming once we start getting to the grinding and the meat of the actual game. But as for what we really need is artists. We need a lot of people who could come up with this stuff, and usually in a good group you will have more artists and programmers, and at this school it's not really the case. It's a lot easier to entice a programmer to make a game than it is for an artist. So right now we need as many artists as we can or want to join the organization.
Wonderful. One last question before we conclude our interview. Where can I find the games that you guys have worked on? Are they public or are they still in the works?
Right now, the first 2 games, West of Hell and the minor game, they are not public. We had the West of Hell had tech demos back in the past. That's when the presidents and stuff were around. But that's not possible anymore. Right now, we just have them on ourselves. The next game project that we have, we're going to try and make it public. We're already deciding on what kind of engine we want to make and see how we can further distribute it this time and give people an actual full-fledged start to finish game. So for right now, yeah, we don't have anything published. We just have kind of like tech demos.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much, DuShaun. It was a pleasure to have you here on the show, and we look forward to seeing your newest projects. In aspect ratio, he's got a whole lot just to show whenever he is on the go. In aspect ratio, his aspect ratio, he's got a whole lot to say. In aspect ratio, we welcome you to the show. This is the aspect ratio.